Hi everyone, Inat Kessler here with the new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make 3 different step cards. I really love making those. And we're going to start with the first one, which is a stair step card. It's a little bit confusing, so follow me. So we're going to have a 7x5 piece of cardstock. You have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can download for free. It's in the description under the video. So we're going to align it horizontally, and we're going to bring a ruler and measure 1 inch from the left edge. So we're going to create diagonal steps. So we're going to turn the paper, just going to make sure that everything is aligned, and then we're going to again measure 1 inch and mark on the 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inch line. So basically we're going to have 4 1 inch parts. And in order for us to have straight lines, I'm going to mark 2 points for each line. So again, I'm marking 1, 2, 3, and 4 inches. And then I'm going to draw a line between those 2 points. I'm drawing lines. You can draw them from all the way. So remember the first 1 inch mark that we did, we're going to mark that as well in a vertical line. From that 1 inch mark, we're going to move 1 inch to the right and make another mark and draw another vertical line all the way to the first line. So this is how it's going to look. We have a 1 inch square that is marked 1 inch from the left edge. So this is square number 1. So for square number 2, we're going to measure, this is where the first square begins. We're going to measure 1.5 inch from the left. We're moving 1/2 inch to the right, and then marking another line on the 2.5 inches because we need to have a 1 inch square. So then we're going to draw the horizontal lines and the vertical lines of that square. So now we have another square, which is square number 2. So this is how it looks. Now we're going to continue making all 5 squares. So now again we're measuring from the edge. We're moving another 1/2 inch to the right. So before we marked at 1.5, so now we're marking it at 2 and 3. So 1 inch square, marking from 2 to 3, and then we're drawing the lines of the square. So we need horizontal lines and vertical lines. This is square number 3. So again, for square number 4, we're going to move another 1/2 inch to the right. So from the left edge, we're now going to mark at 2.5, and then at 3.5, because again we need 1 inch square. So we're going to draw the lines and make our square. And finally, for square number 5, again we're going to move 1/2 inch to the right. So from the left edge, we're going to measure on 3 and then at 4, and again draw the square. So you have all the instructions written in the cutting guide that you can download from a link in the description under the video. So now we have all 4 squares. So next we're going to cut the lines so we can make the stair step effect. So what we're going to do is cut on the lines. We're going to start from the start of the bottom line of the first square, going all the way to the end of the top line of the second square, like this. And then we're going to continue doing that with all the lines of the square, like this. Next, we're going to score on the lines. So we're basically going to score all the vertical lines of all the squares that we did. And this will give us the effect of the diagonal stair step card. I'm erasing all the pencil lines, and now we're going to fold each of the squares. The first fold is going to be a mountain fold, and the second fold is going to be a valley fold. You can see that the paper almost knows where to go. And this is the stair step effect. Just going to burnish it with my bone folder. Isn't that cool? Now all you need to do is add all the cover papers and embellish the card any way that you want. And you have all the measurements for the cover papers as well. I was a little bit lazy, so I didn't measure. Just put the first one and then cut all the other ones to size while attaching them to the card. But of course it's best to pre-cut all of the strips in advance. And then you can add stickers, you can add any type of embellishments that you want. This is a Christmas card, but of course you can make it for any occasion that you want. So this is the card. Isn't it cool? Really love it. The next card is going to be a side step card. So it's another step card, and you also have all the measurements for that in the cutting guide in the description under the video. So for our next card, we're going to mark while the piece of cardstock is placed vertically. We're going to mark on the 2.5 inch line, and then draw a line with the pencil to make sure that everything is straight. And you only do a line starting from 1 inch going down to 6 inches. So basically you have a small part and a larger part that the line divided the card into. Then we're going to cut from 1 inch to 6 inches only, like this. Then we're going to put the card horizontally on our scoreboard, or you can use a trimmer and a bone folder. And then we're going to score some lines. So we're going to score at 1, 2, 3.5, 4.25, and 6. So, but we're not going to score from the top to the bottom. We're only going to score from the line that we cut to the bottom edge. And I'm using my ruler to make sure that I'm exactly on the right place to score. So you see that the smaller part of the card is on the top, then you have the cut, then you have the larger part. So you score from that cut to the bottom edge only, because this is where the steps are going to be, only on the right side, sorry. Then we're going to fold all the lines that we did in accordion shape, starting with a mountain fold. And this is how the card looks. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So we have steps on the right and then one big step on the left. So the next part is simply add all the cover papers and embellish your card. So this is the side step card. I'm adding the cover papers only on the front panels, as you can see, but you can of course choose to add cover papers to every bit of the card and just embellish it as you want. Again, this is a card for Christmas, a Christmas card, but you can make it for any occasion. And when you add the embellishments, they can pop out a little bit from the step, and then the card will look really, really cool. Really love how that looks. So for the last card, we're going to make a center step card. So for our center step card, we're going to start with this piece of paper. Again, you have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can download. It's in the description under the video. We're going to align the cardstock 1 inch to the right, and then cut from 1 inch to 6.5 while it's vertical, and align with 1 inch to the right. Then we're going to cut again from 1 inch to 6.5. So you can use a ruler and a craft knife for it. I'm using a trimmer because I have a vertical ruler as well. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the left side, aligning the left edge with 1 inch, and then cut from 1 inch to 6.5, exactly the same. So we're going to have 2 cuts on each of the sides of the card. Then we're going to score it horizontally from the top edge to the cut line on 1, 2, and 6.5. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. We're going to score from the edge to the cut line only. So what I'm going to do is flip the paper so I'll have the exact position on the top as well, and then score at 1, 2, and 6.5. Now I'm going to score in between the cut lines at 5.5. So from the top cut to the bottom cut at 5.5 only. Now we're going to start folding. We're going to fold, the first fold is a mountain fold. Then we're going to fold a valley fold. Then we're going to fold the center in a mountain fold. And the last 2 folds also in a mountain fold. And this is how the card looks. It's a really cool center step card. Now all you need to do is embellish it, and you have the card ready. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you like this tutorial, and I will see you next time.